just did.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why did Eugene Talmadge hate the New Deal program so much?
You just didn't like it.
Whoa! Hey there, buddy. He was a white supremacist, and so he hated it because the New Deal helped the blacks.
Whoa, that's awful that he hated the New Deal.
Yeah, it was. He also hated any government intervention.
I understand that.
Yeah. Once you memorize it, it's easy.
I hate you.
And I hate that you're useless for information.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Lately, he's been useless for information. Like the other day, he asked to borrow my iPhone, and this happened.
Hey, can I borrow your iPhone?
Sure.
Thanks. Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
Are you dumb?
I don't think so. It's not working.
Really? Come on. It's not what it's for. You're supposed to hold it on your ear.
Oh!
In the state of Georgia, many base camps were set up to strengthen the military. They were very effective for the military to help protect the beloved land. Many foreign military personnel were captured by the U.S. military and were put into prison of war camps. Sir, can you tell me what this is?
This is for Oglethorpe.
What's so important about it?
It is home to 150,000 women who serve in the AAC.
Whoa, can I join them?
Yes.
Thank you.
You can't, though. Watch out!
You want to win the war!
Not in my house. Ha, sucker! Got it.
What are you building?
I'm building B-29 bombers for the military. Give me one second. Gotta test this one out.
Wow! Where even are we?
We're in Marietta, Georgia.
Wow, okay. But I have one more question.
Yeah?
Will this still be open after the war?
I reckon it will be open after the war, but it might close before then and reopen.
There was a peanut farmer. He was in the Senate. He was the governor of Georgia, and he was also president of the United States. But you want to know the worst part? His foreign policy. The centerpiece of his foreign policy would be negotiating the 1978 Camp David peace accords between Israel and Egypt, the first peace treaty between Israel and the Arab neighboring states.
He was a peanut farmer too, right?
That's scary business.
Well, he established a national energy policy, completed major civil service reforms, and expanded the national park system.
Well, that's not so scary.
Yeah.
Well, it's about to get scarier, as Senator Jimmy Carter worked on the Sumter County School Board to help promote efficiency in education.
Not efficiency.
And as governor, he cut the number of government agencies from 300 to 25. Jimmy Carter influenced Georgia's court systems, bringing a unified approach to the courts and changing the selection of judges to a merit process. Even as president, he established a national energy policy, completed major civil service reforms, and deregulated teaching, airline industries, and as past president, he built houses.
Man, that was the scariest story I've ever heard.
I thought so.
It really was.
I need 80 to 100,000 people like you.
Well, I mean, it's kind of far away. Fortnite connection's gonna be pretty bad.
That's a good point. So, Fortnite or go? Fortnite or go? Fortnite forever! I'm going Fortnite!
Does anybody know how Georgia helped contribute to World War II?
Textiles mill made fabric for military uniforms, and railroads carried arms and soldier supports where ships waited to sail to Europe.
Correct.
This class is so boring. What's fabric? Why does this class smell like old people? Bro, that's what that smell is. Gosh.
Sorry about that. I hope that disruption never happens again. Okay, where was I? How did Georgia contribute to World War II? Anyone?
Luke, according to my notes here, many town residents planted victory gardens to raise their own vegetables so there would be more food for the military.
That's correct.
So before we go on our mission, we have to learn about a few things.
Okay, but I came just to go on the mission. I don't actually want to learn today.
Okay, well, we're learning about the New Deal, so pay attention. The Civilian Conservation Corps was the New Deal's program that provided jobs for any young single men building forests, trails, and railroads, painting trees to reforest the land. Okay, pay attention, stay with me.
What?
And controlling flooding and building parks.
That's a good group.
It is.
He's a good man.
Okay, now that we're done learning with the CCC, our next mission is to talk about the AAA, which stands for, anybody know?
No.
No? Okay. The Agricultural Adjustment Act that paid farmers to plant crops on part of their land. Yeah.
Why do all of these organizations have the same letter as their representation?
I don't know. What do you think, Reilly?
I don't know. I'm sleeping.
What are you sleeping in my class?
I don't know.
Come on, man, we're about to go on another mission.
Okay, fine. Attention.
Alright, let's go.
You better.
Okay, good job. Now it's time to learn about the REA. The Rural Electrification Act helped extend poor power lines to buy power at wholesales for farmers and people who couldn't get power. So, are you ready to do this mission?
Anything that involves electricity.
Okay,
Electricity.
electricity. Let's do it. Come on.
Billy, you know I'm all about electricity, but if I were you, I would not play with those wires.
And why would you say that?
Well, you might get shocked to death.
Well, that's ironic.
Finally, guys, we're going to go on our last mission. The SSA, the Social Security Act, who provided retirement and employment insurance from tax paid both workers and their employment. Are you guys ready?
I don't know. Should I buy the worm trap?
From my experience, worm traps are pretty sketchy. This one's extremely sketchy to me.
Nah.
In 1946, there was a big governor's race. It was to put a new governor in place. The man who won, it was Eugene Talmadge, but he died right before he was sworn in for his fourth term. He died of a very old age. The second highest vote getter was his son, Herman Talmadge. He wasn't even on the ballot, but people wrote him on. Then he won, and people were shocked. But the government didn't think that he could handle it. Because of this, they put Melvin Thompson into power, and Herman was crushed. Melvin was happy and people were sad because everyone loved Eugene. Purpose of white supremacy was to prevent blacks from voting. White supremacy helped stop the blacks from voting. Because of this, Georgia was a one-party state. That party was Democratic. White was favored, not blacks. This act was unconstitutional and then was reversed.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Jake Paul, back at the Team 10 house for another day. Welcome to my crazy life. Let's get right into it. And we're back with Maynard Jackson. What's up, my man? How's it feel to be the first African-American governor of Georgia?
It was amazing.
Dope.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, I get a lot of perks. See this? It's a perk.
Can I get some?
No.
So what are citizenship schools?
Let me check in my official book of government stuff.
Can I have one of those books?
No. They are classes that teach all black leaders about nonviolent tactics.
Whoa, that's nice of you. What else have you done?
I mean, let's see. I've created neighborhood planning units, organized police, and expanded Hartsfield-Jackson Airport.
Well, I appreciate the time, man. We'll meet again.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
And Jake Paulers, that is the vlog. Make sure to get your merch at fanjoy.co/Jake Paul or here in the Team 10 merch store, which is being ruined. Peace.
December 7th, 1941. It was a peaceful morning and the clock read 10 a.m.
Just another boring day in Hawaii.
Yeah, I really wish something would happen.
Yeah, nothing ever happens here. What's that noise?
We're under attack! We're under attack! Move, people!
Oh, look at those airplanes!
The people in those aircrafts were the Japanese Navy. Little did Reilly and Luke know that U.S. was about to enter World War II.
You can't hide from me. I'm going to destroy Pearl Harbor if it's the last thing I do.
Luke and Reilly survived the bombing, but some of the U.S. transportation services did not.
We need to get revenge.
But how?
We joined World War II!
With the U.S. going into war, the Land-Lease Act was proposed in late 1940s and passed in March. The purpose of this act was to provide U.S. military to foreign nations during World War II.
Wait a second. Gets them every time. It all started when people borrowed money and couldn't pay it back.
This hurt banks who loaned money because workers could not get their pay.
The banks didn't have enough money to pay all the workers, so most of them were dropped out.
After World War II, the U.S. wanted to trade with other nations, but the U.S. and those nations wanted to put a tariff, and they did.
Higher tariffs made it difficult for other people to trade.
I'd like to trade this.
You could, but you don't have enough because of taxes.
How about this?
Still not enough, man. And does this look like something you could trade?
The stock market crashing caused the Great Depression.
During the 1920s, many people bought stocks and only had to pay a portion of what they bought of it.
Government officials thought that the economy itself would work itself out, so when the stock market crashed, it was a disaster.
I'm Dr. Schmitzenberger. I'm about to blow your mind. People thought technology transformed agriculture, which caused more business to come to Georgia, causing a population increase. That is false. It was the aliens. See, people always thought that Georgia's climate lived northerner companies that wanted to escape cold winter, heating costs, and transportation slowdowns caused by ice and snow. That was partially true, but from the research I've conducted, it was the aliens. Atlanta was known for its aviation, and Lockheed Martin was the biggest employer in the state. So maybe Lockheed Martin partnered with the aliens. I think that is true. As you can see here, this mathematical equation will summarize everything I just said. But I also think it was MARTA being the most rapid rail service. Don't ever go to MARTA. It's controlled by the aliens. And the last thing, if you don't ever see me, this is all a simulation.
Hey, Vsauce. Mikey here. Today, Brown.
More specifically,
Brown versus the Board of Education.
What did the Brown v. Board of Education do?
The court said that there were separate but equal schools, but they're unconstitutional.
It was not so equal after all.
conditions were way worse.
Eventually, the court case was turned down.
Well, that's all for today. And as always,
Thanks
thanks
for
for
watching.
watching.
It's about hecking time.
For what?
The Olympics!
What?
They're starting the Olympics in Atlanta.
Oh, really? Cool, but I don't want to bring a lot of attention to Atlanta.
Well, yes, but can I go?
Of course not.
But my friends are going.
Unless you're in the Olympics, you can't go.
But they are.
Okay, fine, you can go.
I don't think I can beat him.
Whoa, so many people got injured.
I know, right?
All of the money gone to waste.
I'm sure they spent millions of dollars on the Olympics.
REA.
JFK saw the farms with no lights and lent a $3 million to them. Warren Springs in Georgia let him stay. All the farms could see again with the electricity. REA. What role did Martin Luther King have?
Let me see. According to my calculations, he did 4 major things. He was the director of nonviolent actions, legal remedies, ballots, and economic boycotts.
I have one more question. Who was John Lewis?
Let's find out. John Lewis was the president of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which led protests, sit-ins, and boycotts. I never knew that.
Me neither.
Welcome back. Today we're going to be making a puzzle against the civil rights movement of 1964 that integrated the 14th Amendment but segregated federal funds from schools that refused to integrate public facilities.
For this DIY, you're going to need scissors and the pictures.
Now that we have the pictures cut out, let's cut them into shapes.
It's a fun activity, and when you're done, you can take it to the governor's house to show him that schools should be integrated. Let's put it together.
You can do this on People's Day, when you can visit the governor's house and talk about anything that you would like to.
This would be a great way to protest against the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Ivan, you need to bring pro sports to the city because sports team accomplished the goal of the city leaders to raise the proceeds of the city and generate majors of dollars each year.
I'll see what I can do.
Ivan Allen has helped people bring many sports to Atlanta.
He made the Atlanta Braves a baseball team, sponsored by Home Depot, the Atlanta Falcons a football team, the Atlanta Flames a hockey team, the Atlanta Hawks a basketball team, and the Silverbacks United Soccer League for both men and women.
Because of this, Hank Aaron, a baseball player, broke a career record for a home run in April 8, 1974.
Aaron held this record till 2007.
Hey, buddy. What's the SCLC?
I don't know, let me see. The Sibley Commission held hearings all over the state to learn how the public felt about integration.
Do you know anything about that Albany movement?
I do indeed. Oh yes, the Albany movement led nonviolent protests all through Albany.
That's good.
It is good.
What was Martin Luther King's role in the Civil Rights Movement?
Let's see, he did 4 major things. He directed the nonviolent actions, legal remedies, ballots, and economic boycotts.
I have one more question. Who was John Lewis?
John Lewis was the president of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which led protests, sit-ins, and boycotts.
Today on the Ellen Show, we're going to be playing a What's in the Box.
My name's Billy, and I'm from South Carolina.
Okay, so how this works is you're going to pick a box and then you're going to get a prize, okay?
If you want tickets to the city of Terminus, the entertainment capital of the South, from music to entertainment.
I know this language very well. They said that our second cousin is Richard Russell.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
But who even is Richard Russell? According to the World Wide Web, Richard Russell here says he served in public office for 50 years. Wait, so you're saying that our cousin, our second cousin, is really powerful? Carl Vinson is your 17th cousin? Father of the Two Ocean Navy? Didn't people think that he made his dedication to the Georgia military very high? Okay, first question. What was the result of the March on Washington?
Have it. Wait 1 second. Oh, okay. The result was over 250,000 people representing all races, creeds, and nationalities gathered before the Washington Monument.
Correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Next question. What was the purpose of the sit-in and the first president of it, the purpose of the SNCC?
The
Okay.
meaning of the sit-in was to test the ruling of the Supreme Court decision prohibiting segregation in interstate bus and train stations. The purpose of the SNCC was to give younger blacks more of a voice in the civil rights movement. And the first president of the organization was Ella Baker.
Third question. What was the intent of the March on Washington? Okay, you can stop hitting the buzzer now.
Strawberries, esters. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Okay, the intentions of the March on Washington was to unite all races and let blacks be free. I Have a Dream is associated with the civil rights movement. I think I should get extra credit for that.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, Final Jeopardy. Which gun is better in Fortnite? A legendary scar or a blue burst? Go. Okay, time's up. Here are the final answers. Blue burst for Reilly. Legendary scar for Mel. And the correct answer is blue burst.
Ding, ding,
Reilly,
ding, ding.
you have won
No!
a score of 100,000 points
Really?
to 7,000 points for Mel. Congratulations.
We have a winner.